Hello, welcome to Portu Knit, where we talk about knitting in the Portuguese style. Today's topic is double knitting and reading charts. Here is a sample chart that I created on chartminder.com, where you can make your own charts, or you can upload charts from another pattern and tweak them so that they fit whatever you need. When we're looking at a double knit chart, each square on the chart just represents the side that is facing you. So when I see this dark square here, that means I'm going to knit one dark and purl one light to get that pair of stitches taken care of. I made two charts, one dark, one light, because when you're knitting flat, you're going to have a dark side and a light side. In most knitting patterns, they just give you one chart and expect you to read just off of one chart. I find that confusing because on one side, you're going to be following the dark and the light and matching what you have in your yarn. And then on the other side, you will have to flip that and treat each dark, when you're going this way, as a light and each light as a dark. So what I think is easier is to make two charts. This will be your main side and then your second side. They're just inverse images with the colors flipped, but you don't have to do that yourself in the moment. It's already done for you, and so you can knit it as you see it. When we read the charts, just like cable charts, we're going to read from bottom to top, from right to left on the main side, and then from left to right on the wrong side. In order to help keep track of what we are doing, I have two tricks to help set me up for success. Trick one is to place stitch markers on my work that corresponds to every 5 stitches on the chart. I've even color coded them. So here is where my orange stitch marker is, and here is where my purple stitch marker is. This just helps set me up so that I know where I am. I only have to think about 5 stitches, which is actually 10 stitches because they are stitch pairs at a time. If you have a much larger chart, you may end up with lots of stitch markers, or you may choose a larger section or a natural repeat that works for you. Again, we're just trying to make things easier to keep track of and keep it easier for our brain. The main reason why I find this good, especially for double knitting, is we don't see the image until after it's below our needles, because we're, again, only seeing the knit side that's facing us. So when it's on the needles, we have twice as many stitches than what will actually be on the image. So it's hard to tell just by looking at what's on your needles if you have made any mistakes or not. It's easier to catch them once they're further down and you can see the image emerge that you are making. So breaking it up into chunks of 5 stitches at a time, or whatever is more convenient for you, helps make it easier to just focus on the stitch that you need to as it comes. My other tip for reading charts is have some kind of way to keep track of which row you are on. There are apps that you can use to mark charts on your phone, and here I am using paper with a knitting ruler from Clover, and I'm just going to be reading the top row that I can see. Again, we're minimizing what we are focusing on, so we only have to focus on one thing at a time. So let's pull out our sample and give it a try. Okay, so first I'm going to slip my selvage edge, and then I'm going to look here. I've got 2 darks and then 3 lights. So I'm going to do knit dark, purl light, because the stitches come in pairs, knit dark, purl light. That's 2. One more. Oh, that's, and then we're going to do our 3 light. 1, 2, 3 light. Then we're going to go to the next section, and all 5 of them will be light colored. So again, when you kind of chunk up the information that you need to focus on at a time, sometimes those will be really easy chunks where you don't have to think a whole lot. So we're doing all lights. And then we're at our next section. So we have 3 light and then 3 dark. So 1 light with its purled dark, 2 light with its pair, 3 light, and then 3 dark. So 1, 2, stitches trying to slip off, 2, 3 dark. And then I'm just going to purl my selvage, and then I can turn around. So I have finished that row, and then I can go on to the reverse side, which in this case is the light side. So I will slide my ruler up, and then I will slip my first stitch, my selvage stitch. So I've got 2 dark. Oh, we're starting here. We're on the light chart, and we're reading this direction. So we're going to do 3 light and then 3 dark. So 1, 2, 3 light, and then my 3 dark. Remember, we're going to knit dark, purl light. That's 1. Knit dark, purl light. That's 2. And then we're going to knit dark, purl light. That's 3. And we're going to move on to our next section. So we have 1 dark, 1 light, 1 dark, 1 light, 1 dark. So we've got kind of a pattern there. So dark, light, oops, did I twist that? No, that's looking fine. Dark, light, dark. So what does that look like on our stitches? We have our dark, our light, dark, light, dark. Every time we change colors, we're going to end up with 2 of the same color in a row because of switching the colors back and forth. But again, you can see how that's a little bit harder to read than what's on our paper. Then we're going to do 3 dark and 2 light. 1, 2, 3 dark, and then 2 light. 1, 2. And there you have it. Double knitting while reading charts. Just remember, it's 1 stitch at a time and you'll slowly have your picture emerge. Happy knitting!